Sometimes we want badly to be the star of the show, the big cheese at the table, the hero that stands above all other heroes. Welcome to another Wisdom Wednesday, because if it's Wednesday, you're gaining wisdom, and hopefully it's before the total party wipe happens. GameMasters here, and today we're tackling something that's gonna sting a little. Simply put, you are not the main character. Now, don't get me wrong, your character may certainly feel like the main character. You've got the tragic backstory, the signature weapon, and let's face it, you probably even have a really cool cape. But here's the truth. Everybody else at the table feels the exact same way. Dungeons & Dragons, Mortborg, Shadow Dark, Numenaria, hell, even Pathfinder. None of those are single-player games. And yes, before you start arguing down in the comments, yes, you can play those games solo. But that's not what we're talking about today. No, we're talking about when you gather with your friends and you each march into town ready to dive into high adventure together. You're simply not going to see NPCs nodding politely as you monologue your way through every tavern. The magic here lives in the interplay, when characters bounce off of each other, argue, team up, screw up, and somehow win anyway. Let me put it like this. The rogue is not your sidekick. The cleric is not your emotional support spellcaster. And the bard isn't just there to buff your ego and seduce barmaids and forlorn dragons. As players, it's important to share the spotlight. Take your moment, sure, but also step back, ask questions about the other characters, and cheer them on when you see them start to shine. And Dungeon Masters, you're not exempt here. You're not the author of a fantasy novel. The players are not there to read your epic tome about Lord Darkwhimper or the elves of Everwhimsy. Your job is to facilitate the story, not dominate it. If your villain's monologue is longer than the session's recap, you might need to rethink that diatribe and trim it down a bit. Some of the best stories emerge when the spotlight rotates. When one player makes a surprising choice and the table leans in. When the fighter, who never speaks, suddenly talks down a warlord. When the wizard sacrifices their spellbook to save a kobold that they just met. These are the moments that stick. Even more moments that get cemented in tales of glory are the ones that every party member supports each other and shares the spotlight, when they team up and fill in the gaps of each other's weaknesses. And together, they form an unbreakable strength and bond. That's when the origins of an epic legend truly begin. Why? Because each person there contributed to the tale. Each character contributed to saving the day. Each player had a chance to shine in that spotlight. And let's face it, there are always plenty of times where the darkness is going to overcome the adventure, and everyone is going to need a bit of light to pierce that darkness. At its best, role-playing games aren't about one character. It's about an ensemble cast, a party, a fellowship, if you will. A hot mess of personalities, flaws, and lucky natural 20s, all stitched together with laughter and snacks. Something to think about there. The next time you sit down at the table, ask yourself these questions. What makes the other characters tick? When's the last time I set someone else up for a really cool epic moment? Am I giving space for others to share in the story being told, or am I holding the mic with a death grip? Let everyone have their hero moment, because when we all feel like the main character, sometimes that's when the game really is magical. Until next our paths cross, may your wisdom hold no bounds. Oh, and watch this video next.